Welcome, Cancer. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach. I work with sensitive, self reflective souls and I help them choose maximum growth. Today, I have a divinely guided, spiritual, and intuitive message for you to help you on your path. And today, I am doing a completely new spread. I have not tried this out on any clients. I have really not even tried it out on myself. So, you are the first Cancer to receive this spread. This spread looks at the inner world and the outer world, what's going on between the two, and then we'll draw a message card at the end to tie it together and provide any advice. So we start with 10 of Swords on the outside, 8 of Pentacles on the inside, 3 of Wands on the inside, and the Moon on the outside. Whoa! Wow. Okay, Cancer. All right. I'm being told to start on the outside. So looking at these two energies in place for you. Okay. The word intuition is flashing very hard across my head. So this is about turning off that rational mind, putting an end to it. 10 of Swords, letting that drop and going into a space that we're not really sure what's going on, what's going to come through. Okay, so your outside world, it's as if you're being asked to sense it more than you're being asked to analyze it. You're being asked to kind of feel it out, see what vibes are there, versus trying to figure out what's going on with your rational mind. So this is interesting because there's something going on in your outside world that is, it's kind of underneath the surface. So there are themes, there are, saying the word visions to me. There is information there that can't be really accessed with the rational mind. It can't be accessed through your normal modes of apprehending information. So this week is really about understanding the importance of that intuitive information gathering. So it's receiving information. Okay, I'm curious to see where we're going next with this. Is there anything else in that Moon card? Okay, they're telling me to look at the dogs. So we have one dog that looks very much like a dog. I think it's this one, and one that's more wolf-like. And in the original Rider-Waite, it was the dog and the wolf. So the civilized and the more wild energy. And what's funny here is that the civilized and the wild energy are in kind of a simpatico harmony going on. They're both baying at the moon, and they're both echoing those two pillars in the background. So it's between them, between that idea of the civilized self and the wild self. So the civilized self is the cultured self, the well-mannered self, and then that wild self is the raw elemental, that intuitive, instinctive kind of energy. The pathway lies between. So the pathway to truth lies between the two of those. Okay? All right, I'm going to go inside. We're going to go to the inside cards now. In the inner world, so Cancer, this is really a question I want to ask you is, what do you truly want? Do you want something new, or do you want more of the same old, same old? This 8 of Pentacles here is dedicated to doing the same thing over and over and over, to making more and more and more and more. So it's the energy of accumulation. It's the energy of momentum, because as you accumulate more and more, you can start to move forward. But this energy talks about moving forward in the same way, using that energy to do the same thing over and over and over. This 3 of Wands is looking out in a different way. He's kind of looking out into the future and looking at different places he might like to go. I'm saying he because there's a male figure on this. So it looks at creative possibilities for the future. It looks at new roads. It looks at new avenues. And what I find very fascinating about this, Cancer, is that what these cards are doing for you this week, or what this energy is doing for you, is because things are a little bit odd in your outside world, it's forcing you, I hate the word forcing, but I'm going to say forcing. It's forcing you to look inside. It really is pulling all of your attention inward. You can't really trust your senses with what's going on in the outside world here. There's different threads happening. You're being pulled to the inside. So nothing in the outside world has to distract you this week. Nothing needs your attention. In fact, it's almost saying, kind of block out the outside world if you can right now and go inside, because there are big questions for you. What do you and your soul want to be doing with your time this next week, this next month? Do you want to be going someplace new? Do you want to be doing the same thing again? Are you not ready to leave that cycle of repetition? Are you not able or willing to leave that habitual, familiar routine? So there's a really interesting tension here between travels, going someplace new, and hitting that routine over and over and over again. And you notice this guy's staying confined in a space. This one has a much more open view, much more, looking out into the distance. This can only see down what's in front of him. So we're looking into the future and we're trying to figure out, do I want my future to look the same as it is now, or do I want something else? Do I want to create something different? So Cancer, the question for you this week is, what do you really want? Let's pull your message card. Eight of Swords. It's really the same question that I just asked you. What is it that you want? The Eight of Swords is stuck. We have another 8 going, and they're sympathetic in direction, both going off to this side. So again, you're running your wheels over and over and over again. You're running your mind over and over again through the same path, wearing that same path around. And it's leading you to the same place you started. So you're walking around in a circle. You're like a hamster on a wheel going to the same place. So knowing that, Cancer, is this what you want to continue? Is getting to the same place every time? Does that bring you satisfaction? Does that bring you joy? Does that bring you a sense of accomplishment? And if it does, you know what your answer is. If you're not satisfied coming back to that same place and you're wanting to try something new, go to a different space, shake things up, that's your answer. So this Eight of Swords is a clue that this is all about the mind. This is, how am I using my mind? And you remember, from the outside world, you're being asked to use your mind in a different way, not to be so focused on rational thoughts, but on the receiving of intuition. So if you're not sure the answer to this question, it's time to tune in and really tap into your inner knowing, into your sense of what is right for you. Because intuition is your superpower, Cancer. That is something that comes very natural to you when you want it and when you want to trust it. Okay? So, questions about that, please let me know. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel. And let me know. This spread is very different from the previous video, so I'd love some feedback and how your experience was. If you are curious about who I am and what I offer and what I do, please check out the information in the description below. There's also some links you can click on to learn more. So I will look forward to seeing you next time, Cancer. Have a good week.